girlies, and welcome back to another cash stuffing. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Lily. I am a 25-year-old zero-based cash budgeter and stuffer up in Maine. I have been doing the budget by paycheck method of cash budgeting for 4 years now, and this system has provided me with the tools to pay down debt and to purchase my own home that I live in now with my boyfriend and our 3 dogs. And we do all things cash budgeting over here. So if any of that sounds like content that may interest you, I sincerely hope that you consider hitting that subscribe button and sending some support my way. But happy Cash Stuffing Tuesday, everyone. How are we doing? How are we feeling? You already know over here, same cold, different day. For those of you who recommended that I see a doctor, I tried to make an appointment with my PCP and they said that they did not have any appointments available for like 2 weeks. And I also called the walk-in clinic near me and they told me that at the time that I called, which was like 10 a.m., yesterday, they said that they had all the rooms were currently full and there were like 20 plus people in the waiting room. And basically, if you want to get in and not have to sit there for like 3 or 4 hours, you need to get there bright and early, like right when they open. And I'm at work at that time. So anyway, I got some meds the other day and I've just been kind of trying to make it work. But we are still here. We're still making our way through each day regardless. So today we are here to stuff my first official paycheck for the month of May. I'm going to count this because we are still working with the same amount of money that I had planned in the budget with me that you guys saw yesterday, but I did completely change the budget. And I did a debt update yesterday. I'll link it up in the cards for you guys because whatever, but a lot of that has changed literally within the course of a day. Like while I was at work today, I made a lot of changes. So I'll get into those in just a second. I believe we should have $533 here, I believe. And I know that my denominations are going to be ridiculously wrong, so just bear with me. But we have 100, 50, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 500, 505, 10, 15, 20, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, and 33. Yeah, so basically, if you guys saw the video yesterday, I was asking about interest and I was asking about all this stuff because I made a little plan, sort of, kind of just trying to figure out the math with the interest that is supposed to accrue, what my balance for my Best Buy credit card should be at the end of this calendar year. And so it looks like this. I showed you guys the other day, and I mentioned how the interest was a little bit off from what I had calculated it to be, and I was confused, and then I popped a little note up on the screen because between the time I filmed it and I edited it, I went and looked at a statement because when I filmed the video, I wasn't able to open the statement. It wasn't showing me, but it did after. And when I checked it, the numbers were like really off. Like the amount that was subject to the interest rate was not. Basically, like if you take my starting balance, you add up my purchases, and then you subtract the amount that I paid, it gave me my new balance, and that's what it showed before the interest accrued. But the amount subject to interest on my statement was just about $700 higher. And I didn't really do the math in my head. I should have been obvious. But after talking to my coworker, does anyone else have like just a person in their lives who literally nothing makes sense, and then as soon as they stand next to you, like the button starts to work, or the thing that wasn't working before is now working, or the thing that didn't make sense before now makes sense? Like she's just we call her like magic because she'll stand right next to me and be like, this is it. And it makes total sense. But basically, what she sort of figured out was that So I was making two payments every month. So the first payment that I made last month was, I think, $550, and it covered the minimum. So I didn't have a late fee. But the second payment that I made, because of the editing schedule that I have and my unstuffing ended up being after my technical due date, because the due date is the 28th, even though the statement goes until the 2nd or 3rd of every month, depending on the month. I don't know, it switches, but it's usually the 2nd or the 3rd. It's the 28th that it's due, and I made that $700 payment on before the new statement date started, but after the due date. So, and that was $700. So what we're thinking is that it charged the interest off of whatever the balance was before that 28th due date. So I made that payment after. It's still posted and reflected before the interest hit, but it wasn't subject to the interest yet, if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So this will be a little bit off, but hopefully I'm able to correct it moving forward. And don't freak out. Don't be overwhelmed. I'm just showing you guys this. It makes sense to me, but I did have someone in the video the other day say that it was really hard to follow. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not being super specific. I'm not over explaining, because it makes sense to me, but I want you guys to at least have the visuals and the information that I'm going off of when I make my budgets. So I know it's in black and white, so I apologize, but I printed this out and I literally have one for every month until January of next year. But I printed this out. So, and this is literally week 1, 2, 3, 4, all of my bills. And I budgeted my bills literally like a year in advance, right? So obviously this is subject to change with, well, like I was saying, my medical bills that should be coming in. I don't know how much they're going to be or when they're going to be due or what the situation is with that. And then also any extra care credit fees that I end up having to pay, yada, yada. That's unknown. But for right now, my new plan is and I printed this out again, it's black and white, I apologize, but rather than so basically my goal is to fully fund my Best Buy credit card payment that I had planned for the month, including what I planned on putting from my YouTube paycheck each month, fully fund that with enough time to pay that in full and have it post before the 28th. So in order to do that, a few months out of the year, including this one, I will have to do that in 3 weeks rather than 4, just because of the dates that my cash stuffings end up being on and all that stuff. So with that being said, like for this month, I am doing $750. It was going to be $150 a week and then like an extra $150 from my YouTube paycheck. But since we won't be stuffing my YouTube paycheck before I need to have this done, I am going to be doing $250 for the first 3 weeks, fully fund that. In order to do that, obviously I will be cutting back on what I chose to be my mortgage and my electric payments. And then in that last week of the month, taking what I was going to take from my YouTube paycheck basically and using that to make up for what I was lacking in mortgage and electric. I know it really doesn't matter to you guys, but I want to make sure if you guys are like, why are you stuffing things differently or whatever, and future budget with me is moving forward. So I'll be doing $250 a week this month for Best Buy until the week that ends on the 26th, and then I will unstuff that, pay that bill before the bill exchange, condensing, unstuffing. And then I won't have to stuff anything week 4, but I'll be doing $30 a week and $26 a week in electric and mortgage, and then making up for the remainder in that last week when I'm not stuffing Best Buy, if that makes sense. And I did include multi-week, 5-week months and all that stuff. I literally printed this out through January. So I have no excuse to not have a plan to pay down this debt and get it covered and make sure that the interest matches up with what it's supposed to. Hopefully this works, and hopefully that made sense to you guys. If you have questions, if you have advice, comments, literally whatever, let me know, because I'm open to help. But like if you understand interest, I had some people said that they worked at credit card companies and like this is how they did it and blah blah blah. But yeah, basically all the numbers should have worked out to pretty much the same, not what it was. And so I think that the reason that it didn't work out exactly or close enough was because I made that payment after the due date. So anyway, jumping into the cash stuffing today. Groceries is getting 65, so 20. Also, I made the budget the other day, and then when I made my teller slip to get the money out of the bank, I didn't have my breakdown in front of me, so I just chose random denominations, and then I also completely switched the budget to this new one. So my denominations are going to be so off. I really don't know. I'm definitely going to need ones. So just bear with me. But 20, 30, 40. Let's do 50. $5. Yeah, right? Does that make sense? 20, 30, 40, 55, 60, and 65 for groceries. I do leave my gas money in the bank because I use the Upside app, which gives me cash back every time I get gas. I highly recommend that you guys check that out. I got gas yesterday, so that's already been spent, but $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 is going to go into miscellaneous. And then I don't have any ones or receipts or coins. So all my receipts are in my car. I've been scanning as I go, but yeah, so that's it for my wallet. And I'm actually going to, I have 1, 2, 3 ones right there. And I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to need 8. So I'm going to take a 5. Pop that in my dollar challenge here and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to make some change. This is getting smaller and smaller, but there are a couple big bills in there. So, okay. I am just going to start with gifts really quickly. When I did my budget the other day, I had miscalculated my bill, so I was $10 off. So I threw some extra into gifts. So, which I don't want to pop a picture up yet of what I made for my mom and my nanny and my bubby for Mother's Day, but it did turn out super cute. It was very DIY. It was my first time ever trying this, but I do really like how they turned out. I just don't want to pop them up yet because obviously Mother's Day. We're celebrating on Saturday because my brother works on Mother's Day, but I am still very excited. But I was actually going to film a vlog of me making them, but it was very trial and error, so I just deleted the first few clips and then didn't end up finishing. But maybe if you guys want to see like how I did it, I can do that. But we have 20, 30, and 40 in here right now. This is really just for ingredients to make maybe a gift card for Austin's mom, and then ingredients to make dinner on Saturday. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that's it for my sinking funds. And then moving over to my bills. Mortgage is getting 15. A lot of these, since we did our unstuffing, I'll link that up here as well. A lot of these are empty to begin this month. But, and for anyone who might be thinking, 6 is going into internet. Anyone who might be thinking, Lily, what if you don't make enough on from YouTube this month in order to cover the expenses? YouTube, if you didn't know, YouTube pays out a month late. So I already know what I'm getting paid from YouTube, or should be getting paid from YouTube. You get that total before the new month even really starts. So I know that after taxes, I will have at least that $400 to put towards the bills that I had anticipated. Moving forward, you really never know. I'm really just hoping and praying that the income stays at least consistent with what it has been. I can really only hope, but we're putting 16 into electric. If it doesn't, we make adjustments, you know. So we have 100 in the bank, and then 10, 15, and 16 in electric. Oops, 116. Heat is getting 5. Because my Etsy paycheck was on the lower end this week, we are not stuffing water and sewer, but we are ahead on that, so we're good. Speaking of my Etsy, I am running a sale right now for Mother's Day. It goes from today to, which is the 6th, through the 14th. So the week before and then a couple days after Mother's Day, my whole site is discounted. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description. You can check that out. But phone is getting 10. And car insurance is getting, oh, sorry. Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, I have these backwards on here. That's annoying, but it makes more sense to have pet insurance first. Whatever. I'll try to remember to switch them next month. So car insurance is getting 15. So we have 500 currently in the bank saved for that, and then 15 in cash. So 515 saved for car insurance. And then pet insurance is getting 4 today. Weird number, I know, but just worked out that way. With the budget, I'm going to redo that. 5, 1, 5, and 4. And then Washville is getting 5. We are like 2 weeks ahead on this, but I'm just going to do my best to stay ahead. So 15 is in Washville. This is my membership for my car washes. It's unlimited car washes for $20 this month, and then it'll go up to $30 after this payment. Registration is not getting anything. Flow is fully funded. Sam's Club is going to get 5 today, though. So we have 70 total. And I need 120 by February, so we are good to go. I want that to stay unfolded. I can hear it folding every time I put it in. Okay, so that's it for my bills. And then moving down to debt. Best Buy is getting $200 today. So that'll be okay, yeah, my denominations are just crazy off, but that's okay. So 200 for Best Buy. Because, again, we're trying to pay this off earlier in the month. Care Credit is getting 10 because we are, Aria does have a vet appointment next week. So, obviously, once I know how much that is, and then also I submit my claim to our pet insurance and I see what I am going to be reimbursed, we will figure out budgets for this moving forward. But credit cards are paid off at the moment. My car payment is getting 35. What am I gonna do? I just did a condensing, so I shouldn't have any 5s. Shoot. I mean, let me 20, 30. I shouldn't need that 10. So let's do a 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. And I'll grab this 10 and put it in here. Okay. So we have some change. 20, 35. I could have looked for a 5 in there, but whatever. So 2035 is in car payment. And student loans is getting 105. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do I have, oh, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna have to make more change. Bear with me, please. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? I need 15 and I have a 20, so. Okay, I don't have any 5s in here. I have 10s. So, let's do 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, we're going to have a lot of big bills in here. But I do want them to be closer to the middle so that I don't, like, see them on the edges. You know what I mean? So, okay. So I need 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is going towards paying my brother back. And this should be done a couple months before the end of this year. So the last few months I shouldn't have to budget for this, which is nice. That extra will go towards Best Buy as well. Okay, so that's it for my debt. And then for my savings challenge, I chose this like lilac-y purple color for May. So we're gonna switch to May, and I am doing $5 this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will pop those in there. And then I am going to fill this out. These savings challenges are available. Oh, that is not really showing up. Let's see. Yeah, no. Here's another purple. Okay, you know, it's a little more pinky than I kind of wanted, but that's okay. The savings challenges are available for digital download in my shop if you're interested. The envelopes are for sale in a couple different fonts, and the link to the big pack of colorful markers, permanent markers, is available. It is linked in the description of every video if you guys are interested. But that is going to do it for that. And then I am going to throw $2 into the baby binder. I think I'm going to do 1 into diapers and wipes. And actually, no. Let's take that out because I do have some new categories back here that I want to fund. Also, someone gave me the amazing idea to start tracking the month's progress on the back of in the bank placeholders, so I'll probably start doing that. But we have childcare, birthdays, and school supplies. I think I'm gonna do, let's do childcare, cute, and birthdays. And then hopefully I'll have more to put in here moving forward, and we'll stuff up school supplies and everything as well. But that is going to wrap up today's cash stuffing, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a yellow heart in the comments to show your support for the channel. And of course, subscribe. Check back in on Thursday for our Thankful Thursday cash stuffing for our Etsy paycheck. But with all that being said, thank you so much for sticking around with me. And I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. week, month, year. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.